Hello to all the engineers, developers, data scientists and dreamers. My name is Divyank Srivastav and you know me well as your aptitude mentor. As your placement season has started and it's going on, a lot of students have DM me that due to time inavailability or shortage or due to lack of concept clarity, they missed many of the question in actual assessment. And now they are going to get eliminated just because of their poor performance. They are not able to qualify the basic aptitude test. So addressing the common problems, I have a solution to it. Instead of leaving the questions, why not to learn the smart ways of attempting the questions which you don't know or you are confused about? Because something is always better than nothing. So in this particular session, we will learn the smart ways of guessing the MCQs correctly. It's a tried and tested way, and I have analyzed more than 500 assessments so far, and from that observation I have observed a few of the techniques which I am going to share to you. When you random guess a question, it's a tukka, right? When you do a estimated guess, it's very risky, but eventually it is going to be a correct answer. So in this particular session, I am going to deliver many of the techniques which will be very helpful in solving the question very accurately and through which you can crack any of the assessment examination very easily. These all are the handles for a social media platform. Don't miss to join to all of the platforms so that you get the hiring information at the earliest, which is very much effective for your upcoming placement drives. So first of all, we will try to understand the types of questions that are coming, right? If you go with any of the placement assessment examinations, particularly questions can be classified into three ways, right? First of all, if you analyze the questions, you have a basic understanding that questions which you know the answer, right? Then comes the question which you don't know the answer, which you are not familiar with the answer, right? Due to concept clarity or if you are not being able to reciprocate to the answer. And third would be the criteria or the category in which you are confused about. You are confused about whether of the two options would be the right options, right? A, B, C. So in the above scenario, if we are confused or if we are not known with the answers, these tricks will be very beneficial. So categorizing the question would be the first and foremost point, right? Now comes, so first would be a option B and C each have 50% probability of being correct. What you can understand, what you can just understand from the given point, that there is a high probability that the correct answer would be either B or C option. You can apply hit and trial method in B and C further. Now, what could be the basic understanding? Suppose we have been given about the fourth option, out of which we are not familiar with the correct answer. We don't know what to apply, we don't know what would be the right step to approach to the question. We are not going to leaving that particular question. What you have to do is, the correct option would be certainly 50% B and C, between the option B and C. Now, how you can approach this? First of all, try to understand this particular scenario with the help of what would be the examiner mindset when he is framing up the question. Uska mindset kya hoga? He will never want it कि student on a very first go he will approach to the right answer. वो A mark करके चला है and it would be automatically a right answer. So definitely, and he rather won't be wanted कि option approach करते करते a student takes a lot of time. So maximum of the time the correct option would be either B or C. So what you can do is, you can approach the 50-50 option, and after that onwards you can apply hit and trial method in B and C option further, right? So there is a high chances ki option either B or either of the C. Next would be, what would be the next step? Look for the repetition of words and values. First of all, you have to consider if any question is given and you are not familiar with the answer, right? Or you are left with so much less amount of time to solve that particular question. Suppose in the last 2 minutes, you are left with 10 questions. So what you are going to do? You have two options. Either you just take 2 minutes to solve 2-3 questions, then 7 questions would be left unattempted. And when there is a provision of no say negative marking concept, then it is a foolish act to leave all the 7 questions unattempted. Best way would be you just can apply the say MCQ guessing method correctly. So what could be done? In that particular scenario, you can attempt all the 10 questions with a smart guessing techniques. Now comes with the look for the repetition of words and values. अभी देखो, suppose you are given with the 4 options. Let A, B, C and D. 4 options are, I can suppose, if it is a trigonometric based question, suppose we have an option sin theta minus sin theta, then we have a tan theta and cos theta. Where is the repetition of particular values or the words? There is a repetition in option number A and B. So definitely the either of the option would be the right answer. So you can apply the hit and trial method in this particular scenario, or even if you are given with any of the other options with the similar values, suppose we have 4 options. This is A option, B option, C option and D option. First option is 5% loss. Second option is 15% profit. Third option is 20% loss. And fourth option is 5% profit. So as you can see, there is a repetition of same values. Here too and here as well we have 5% in common. So either option A would be the right answer or either option D would be the right answer in most of the cases. So you can rely on these particular techniques and you can apply this particular technique in actual assessment as well. Your tukka or your estimated guess would be a definitely right answer, right? So we can check out, we can apply the same technique in this particular given question, right? This question is actual TCS based question which we are going to solve with the help of technique. A vendor purchased 2400 articles at rupees 120 per articles. He sold 37.5% of the total article at 24% profit and rest on 16% loss. What is the overall profit or loss percentage? Just imagine a situation that you are in my place. What you are going to do is, if you are familiar with the question, either you will solve the question and approach the right answer. But in case you have very less time and availability or shortage of time, or you are not familiar about the concept, what you are going to do? You will skip the question, but that doesn't make any sense. So what I am going to do is, I am just approaching the question with the help of options. What I am going to do, see, I have to figure out the right particular values. So these particular values are similar. So I can just eliminate all the other options. Now I can give a तुक्का to this particular scenario. ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, यहाँ पे एक random guess कर सकता हूँ और तुक्का से solve कर सकता हूँ. अच्छा, first trick क्या थी हमारी कि A और D option को we can eliminate and B and C has the highest probability of getting the right answer. So I can just leave this particular question option and I will mark option number C as correct option. ठीक है, अब देखो यहाँ पे होगा क्या. I can even solve this particular question. तो I have 37.5%. That means 3 by 8. They are sold at 24% profit. So net profit would be 3 by 8 into 24% profit. That makes sense. That is 9% profit from here. And then rest on 16% loss. So what is 16% loss? That means we will have 16% loss on the rest of the particular items. So 3 by 8 was the article number 1. Article left would be 8 minus 3, that would be 5 by 8. So 5 by 8 articles are sold at a loss of 16%. So it will sum up to 10% of the loss. Now what would be the resultant, the final profit or loss? We will take the differences of the whole. So here minus 10% and here 9% profit. So net profit or loss would be minus 1%, which makes 1% loss. So the right answer would be 1% loss. So अगर हमें ये step ना भी आता, even if you are not familiar about the step, what we can do is we can guess the right answer to this particular MCQ with the help of techniques, right? Let us approach to another scenario where remove the extreme values, right? अच्छा, extreme values से क्या हम define कर सकते हैं? Suppose we have 4 options, right? 4 options. First option is 2, second option is 24, third option is 25, and D option is say 87. So what are the extreme values? Extreme values are either with the smallest or the largest values may not be the correct. So we will eliminate the options which are the highest or the lowest, that is the extreme values, right? So answer could be either 24 or 25. Now we have to attempt the question putting the closer values. ठीक है? So we can attempt the question with the help of either B or C. अब B और C को कोई मार्क कर रहा हो तो 50% there is a probability of 50% of both the options. ठीक है? अब 50% probability makes sense, right? Instead of just skipping the question, it is a better approach to give it a try. ठीक है? अब 50-50 probability के साथ में you can attempt the right answer, right? Now that we are given with this particular scenario, so what we can do is we can eliminate the extreme values. तो यहाँ पे extreme values, what are the extreme values? We have 48, we can eliminate this particular value. Then we have another which is 12, we can eliminate this value. We are left with two values. Either of the option would be the right option, right? We can go with any of the options. ठीक है? But देखो higher chances होती है कि option B or C chances is higher than the chances of D and A. ठीक है? तो probability of option B and C is the highest. So we can approach this question with the marking the option B. ठीक है? अभी इसको एक्चुअल हम सॉल्व करके देखते हैं कि वेदर अवर एजम्पशन इज करेक्ट और नॉट, राइट? आप क्या कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे, द नंबर ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइंस दैट कैन बी ड्रॉन आउट ऑफ 10 पॉइंट्स ऑफ विच 7 आर कोलिनियर. देखो हिट एंड ट्राई हम तभी करेंगे व्हेन वी आर नॉट फैमिलियर विद द क्वेश्चन और व्हेन वी हैव अ वेरी शॉर्टेज ऑफ टाइम. हमारे पास अनअवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ टाइम है, लास्ट के 1-2 मिनट्स बचेंगे, तो हम ऐसे रैंडम गेसेस करके वी कैन अप्रोच दिस क्वेश्चन करेक्टली and there is a high chances कि उसके बाद हमारा chances of getting selection would be maximized because in such scenario there is a high chances कि हमारा question अगर सही हो गया तो हमारा score भी maximize हो जाएगा and which will eventually the condition of getting qualified to the any particular assessment examination, right? So formula would be out of 10 points we have to choose 2 points. So 10C2 minus 7 points are collinear and we can form one line from 7 points. So adding both of them, 10C2 would be 10 into 9 divided by 2 which will sum up to 45 minus 7C2 would be 7 3s are 21 plus 1. So it will give me answer that is 25. So eventually the answer is right. So whatever assumptions you will take, it will definitely going to be right. ठीक है? Now comes to the option elimination technique. What is option elimination technique? देखो किसी भी क्वेश्चन को अटेम्प्ट करने के दो तरीके होते हैं, या तो फिर आइदर यू हैव द कैपेबिलिटी, यू हैव अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, तो आइदर तुम उसको यू कैन सॉल्व द स्टेप्स एंड यू कैन अराइव टू द राइट आंसर्स, और इफ यू आर नॉट अवेयर अबाउट द पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, यू डोंट नो अबाउट द स्टेप्स, तो आप अगर रॉन्ग ऑप्शंस को पिक करके उसको एलिमिनेट कर दो तो यू विल बी इवेंचुअली लेफ्ट विद द राइट आंसर. Let me make you more understand about this particular scenario. Now, right answer would be among 4 of them. Either A होगा or it could be B or it could be C or could be D. अभी मुझे नहीं पता कि which answer is going to be correct, right? But मुझे इतना पता है, I am familiar with the condition कि इसमें से wrong options कौन से हैं. So suppose I am eliminated this, I have eliminated this option, I have eliminated this option. So whatever option is finally eventually left, it would be the right option. Correct? Eliminate the wrong options and you can automatically get the correct answer. Use option putting techniques here. So now for your understanding, I have come up with a question, right? So it is a question from verbal section. It is the actual TCS and QT based question which I am going to solve with the help of option elimination techniques, right? So the question is asked, what is the synonym for accord? So synonym means similar words or the similar meanings, right? Words which give similar meanings. And if we talk with context with antonyms, so antonyms are generally words with the opposites meaning. Opposites meaning. अभी देखो यहाँ पे accord की we have to find the similar meaning. But for an instant, suppose that you are not familiar with the word accord. अभी मुझे पता ही नहीं है कि what does accord actually means. Now, with the help of option elimination technique, I am going to solve this particular question. What I am going to do is, I just have to check out the tone, right? The tone, the meaning of these particular options. Further, अगर मैं find out कर लूँ कि what basically they want to implies, what they want to signifies, I can approach this question. I have checked the meaning of conflict. So conflicts is when a person is having different thoughts, or they have a different interest, right? So they will generate a conflict, that is they have a dissimilar thoughts. Diversity is also something which is having different ethnicity, or you can say different clans, they belong to different regions, religions, everything. So there is a difference. Now disagreement is also somewhere in a situation when a person is not agree with someone else's opinions or thoughts. So there is also a difference here. Now we are left with only one option, which is odd one out. You can say odd one out option. In agreement there is a indifference, there is no difference. So this would be the right option, because it is odd one out, it is different from other given options. So the right answer to this question would be D, even if you are not familiar about the word that is being actually asked. अभी मुझे इसका मीनिंग नहीं पता था, but I have concluded, I have approached the right answer with the help of say option elimination technique. Next question, value putting or hit and trial method. Value putting is you have to put the values and check whether it satisfy the condition accurately or not. What are the values? Values are the options. अभी देखो, suppose you are given with four options. One would be the right answers, right? Suppose you are given with any of the question, you have to put all these options one by one, which is a hit and trial method, and you have to check whether these options satisfy the conditions accurately or not. For that matters, I have come up with a question so that you can understand this particular scenario very well. Vidyut Jamwal was thrice time Tiger's age 10 years ago. So as per the ratios method, I can say we are given with the relation between Vidyut Jamwal and Tiger Shroff. Vidyut was thrice the age of Tiger Shroff 10 years ago. 10 years ago. But he will be only twice as old as in 10 years. So after 10 years, this is 10 years ago and this would be after 10 years. He would be only twice. Now suppose I have to do this question with the help of option elimination technique. I am not aware about the chapter of ages. I don't have the concept clarity of this particular question, but I am not going to simply skip this question or left this question unanswered. अभी देखो यहाँ पे hit and trial हम use कर सकते हैं. How? We can approach this question with the help of options, right? So these particular questions have 4 options. Now देखो कैसे condition check out करोगे, कैसे तुम यहाँ पे figure out करोगे what are the values which could satisfy the particular values. What is being asked? Vidyut's present age, right? So these particular values are the Vidyut's present age, right? What would be the value you have to find out of the Vidyut before 10 years or 10 years ago उसकी particular ages क्या होगी? You can check it out. So if we go with the option D, before 10 years it would be 60 years. Option B, it would be 68 years. Option A, it would be 62 years. And option C, it would be 56 years. Now what you have to check? These particular values are nothing but the ratios. That means the ages must be a multiple of these particular ratios. So we are given with the ages of, we have to find the value of Vidyut 10 years ago. So these particular options we will check out, we have to determine, we have to find out which of the option is a multiple of 3 before 10 years. So if we go with the options, this can't be the possible answer. 56 is not a multiple of 3, so it can't be option. 78 and 68, 68 is not a multiple of 3, it could be not the right answer. Only one option is left, which is the right answer. So we can solve, we can approach this particular question with the help of option elimination techniques, right? Now, assertion and reasoning based question. Whenever we are given with any question from reasoning, from analytical reasoning, and which consists of data sufficiency part, that is assertion and reasoning question, always the probability is that right answer would be A or B, right? 80% probability is there that either A or B would be the right answer. Let me make you more familiar about this particular question. So assertion given is, that is the statement given is, glass is cut using diamonds. So glass can be cut with the help of diamonds. Reason here given is, the refractive index of diamond is high. The refractive index of diamond is high. Is this the right answer? No, it is not the correct explanation of why glass is being used to cut the diamond. So we can go with either of the particular answers without even attempting this answer. So either A or B would be the right answer. Now this reason is not correct, so we can go with the option number B in this particular scenario. But if you are not familiar about the right answer, यहाँ पे देखो 50-50 दो particular I have given you the right option that either A or B would be the right answer. So अगर if you go with any of the options, you have a probability of 50-50% ना, 50% of A, 50% of B. So here proves that if you go with the estimated guess, it is a risky, but eventually you are going to solve the correct answer. Now, there is a condition, there is a question which comprises of can't be determined option. Then the option will definitely be can't be determined option, right? If we are given with the 4 of the options and the third or fourth option given is can't be determined option, the moment you just see the options that there is a can't be determined option, just mark it correct, right? So there is a high probability that correct option would be one of the one which is can't be determined option. Let us see this particular question. So we are given with the question, right? So it is a family relation based puzzle, and the right option to it would be can't be determined option. Just mark it and it would be correct eventually, and your marks would be just maximized in this particular scenario. Abhi dekho, suppose a question is given and all these particular option can be given, like all of the above is given, all of these is given, or both of the options is given, right? अगर इसमें से कोई भी statement you find out in the options, then always it would be a right answer, right? All of the above option is always correct. 95% is a scenario. यहाँ पे actually ऐसा होता है कि all of the above question हमेशा सही होते हैं, and मैं ऐसा नहीं होता है कि I am just fake promising you or I am just befooling you. Actual में I have analyzed many of the assessment examinations as I have told you, and on that basis 95% there is a condition that अगर यहाँ पे the moment you just see all of the above option, that option is going to be surely true. None of the above option is just 10% probability. So if you just pick, if you have to pick any of the option, then never go with the none of the above options. There is a only 10% probability that this particular option is going to be correct. For an instant, just look at this particular question, right? Even if I am not familiar with, this is inequality based question, even if I am not familiar with the particular scenario, I am going to mark all of the conclusion follow base option, and it is going to be eventually correct option. Okay? The right answer, if you are known about this particular fact, if you are known about this particular chapter, you can approach, and the right answer is also option number E, right? So in this way you can do the estimated guess. As I have told you, it is risky, I know, but trust me, in this way you are going to approach the right answer. Listen to your gut feeling. अच्छा, gut feeling क्या होती है? You have to listen to your intuitive thinking. What is in my intuitions, right? Whatever options to your mind comes at the first, just go with that options. खुद पे भरोसा करो. Just try to believe in yourself. Just try to believe in your knowledge. और जो भी तुम्हारे इंट्यूशंस में सबसे पहला ऑप्शन है, जस्ट मार्क दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑप्शन. सपोज यू आर कंफ्यूज अबाउट एनी ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, अभी लग रहा है बी और सी ऑप्शन हो सकता है. विच एवर ऑप्शन कम इन टू योर माइंड फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम, जस्ट गो विद द, जस्ट मार्क दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, राइट. बहुत ज़्यादा नर्वस नहीं होना है. यू हैव टू मेंटेन योर नर्वसनेस, राइट. स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट यू हैव टू लर्न विद ओवर द टाइम. और हमेशा ऐसे क्वेश्चन को जस्ट ट्राई टू लीव for the last moment. Last moment में जाओगे ना, whenever you go for the last moment, eventually and automatically your subconscious mind will give you the signal that that particular question can be approached this particular step, and in that scenario you will definitely mark the question correctly. Joining the dots technique. What is joining the dot techniques? First of all, try to understand. Suppose in any instant you are given with a condition that you are not known with, you are not familiar with, or you have a confusion about the answers, right? Suppose तुम थोड़ा सा recall कर पा रहे हो, you can recall that yeah, I have studied this particular question, but I'm not sure what would be the right answer. In that scenario, just recall the topic and subtopic and patiently try to recall the learnings as you have. Skip the question for the last, and once you will complete the last question, you will automatically remember the answer. ऐसा होता है. This is the power of subconscious mind. Our neurons are very active to recall the things that are stored in our memory. तो ऐसा करो. Suppose we are going with the 15th question, and we have total 30 questions. And in that scenario, जो 15th question, whatever you are lagging behind, you are not recalling the right answer. Just leave the question for the last moment. अभी जब the moment you go with the last question, just come back. And जो 30 question कर लोगे ना, उतने टाइम में you will definitely recall that particular question. So you are going to ace this particular examination. ठीक है. अब जब मार्क करोगे, जो भी आंसर you have marked, it would be eventually a right answer, right? So drop a comment that I will follow this particular technique in comment section, so that it hits your subconscious mind, and every time you get a notification, every time you get notified for that particular comment, you will apply the same approaches, same techniques in your actual assessment as well, right? So that was all about the session. If you find this particular techniques, this particular methodology very informative, knowledgeable and worth sharing, you can drop 3 comments, and the top 3 comments will definitely going to get Prep Insta Prime membership for free, which will definitely help you for your entire aptitude as well as skilling based courses, for your certification based courses, for your projects, and for your complete programming language preparation. Also, don't forget to follow us on the social media platforms. Now, let me take you what is actual Prep Insta Prime, which will be very helpful for your entire aptitude preparation as well as for your competitive coding preparation. Prep Insta Prime is a Netflix for upskilling, for gaining the certification, for gaining projects, multiple skilling based courses, and it comprises of 200 plus courses under a single subscription. So these are the features of what you are going to get into the one subscription. With just one subscription, you can just have access of data sciences courses, AWS courses, and various other courses. So that was all about the session. If you find it informative, you can share it among your friends. And to all the students who are preparing for the upcoming placement scenario, don't forget to comment in the comment section. Your one comment acts as a motivation for others to improve and to deliver better in the upcoming sessions. Thank you all.